Hey guys, what's up? It's Daniel with TrailerMountain.com, and today I'm testing and reviewing and unbagging a brand new product from Outdoor Vitals. My friends over at Outdoor Vitals just came up with this new product. It's called the MummyPod. This is it right here. This is rated to 15 degrees. It weighs about 20 ounces, so not terribly heavy at all. And the shell, I'll go over all the details in a minute, but basically the idea is that if you're a hammock sleeper, and hammocks are becoming more and more popular as the days go on, a lot more people are sleeping in hammocks these days. So the idea here is that you have a sleeping bag slash pod that you can use for the hammock or on the ground, either which way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this thing out of its stuff sack. The stuff sack weighs in at about 4 ounces. So not terribly heavy, but it's also a compression bag, which is really great. So you can really, sink this thing down and compress it really good, make it nice and small. We're gonna set it up on this hammock right here behind me. You may have seen my under quilt of the Outdoor Vitals. So it comes with these straps, those little shock cords. I'll get to that in a minute. Here it is right here. Outdoor Vitals. There's their logo right there. This is the MummyPod. So the idea here is that what you do is that you open this thing up completely. Now before I do that, I wanted to show you, Outdoor Vitals just worked with YKK zippers, who are probably the best zipper makers on the market, and they made this newly designed zipper. I don't know if you can see that. It's really cool, but it's an anti-snag zipper. So you can zip this thing up and down just like that, nice and fast, and it won't snag. Sorry, there's no tension on the bottom here, so I kind of have to go like that. But yeah, you get the idea. No snag. Pretty cool. So what you do is basically you open this thing up. I'm going to open the zipper on this one, and that was what you're going to feed through the hammock. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to take this carabiner off. I'll let that just hang. I'm just going to start feeding this thing through. Okay, now once that's in, we can put our carabiner back in, bring that down all the way to the bottom, just like so. We're gonna use the drawstring here, and that's gonna seal the foot box around, kind of just tuck that in so it blocks any airflow. Now that's solid and secured, it's not going anywhere. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna get these little guys, the shock cord. I'm going to show you how those set up. All right, so first things first, you want to get the first shock cord, and you get your lock. You kind of just run it through the carabiner here, and you put your cord lock, and you take it, you run it through this little strap right here. So once it's through the carabiner, you kind of just pull this up, and this is going to go through the carabiner as well. Now once that's set in place, then you can run this through the shock cord holder, just like that, and you can adjust this. This way it keeps it all nice and snug and in place. Now we're gonna do the same on the other end. So there's your straps that hold around the hood. And that's gonna move that hood up here when you're all ready to rock and you get into this thing. And then as I said, that just kind of wraps around the carabiner right there. Super easy. Now we're gonna do the backside by the feet, or the foot box rather. So same scenario here. There's two little straps. Start with the one that just goes through here. We get your cord lock. We're going to go around the carabiner, and we're going to lock that in place. And we're going to get this one, and we're going to go through the second hoop right here. Make sure that's nice and tight. The cord locks around the foot box. You can just tell how tight that around the foot box it really is. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to kind of move this down a little bit and center it, because it's a little too much on the legs. So I'm going to move my camera back a little bit just so you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to adjust this. So I'm just going to adjust this little line lock here, or the shock cord lock. Now once that's in place, this moves down a little further, and I can make this tighter. Now the idea here is, now you have it all set up, there's drawstrings around here. So basically what you want to do, there's a nice little, these little padded, like these little puffs right here. Hope you can see that. Those are going to go around the shoulders. Now one thing that's for always a question mark whenever I get into something like this is you always want to be careful when getting in, because you don't want to fall through the hammock into the sleeping bag, or in this case the MummyPod, and fall straight through it. So in this case, the sleeping bag MummyPod is the same color essentially as the hammock, so you want to make sure that you're getting into the hammock. So I'm going to take my sandals off, and I'm going to set the hammock up to where I can get in it, and then I'm going to zipper that all the way down to the bottom. Okay, there we go. I'm going to get in. I'm going to center myself like so, and then I'm going to zip this thing up all the way. Now, it has an inner zipper as well. Now, I'm totally in it. And there's drawstrings here, so I could really close this thing around me, or I can vent it, whatever I want. I'm going to be super warm on a cold night in my hammock. Now, a great thing about this, the MummyPod, is that I could actually put this on the ground and use it as a regular sleeping bag. All right, so once you get yourself all situated, you're inside your hammock, and then you zip this bad boy up. It is a double zipper, so in case in the middle of the night I want to just vent, I can actually open this little guy right here, and I could actually vent this if I get too hot, which is great. Great little feature. Now inside the bag, there are these little shoulder baffles right here. So when these are in here, you basically just wrap those around your shoulders, and you're going to be super, super warm. So you zip this thing all the way up, and now I am completely engulfed inside my little MummyPod. Super nice and very, very warm. And I know that I'm going to be, on each end of the zipper, there's also a zipper baffle. So that's going to eliminate any cold spots or any cold air getting through the zipper. What I really like also is that they use vertical baffling down the length of the hammock. Now, why that's important is that when you're using this in a hammock, sometimes the down or the insulation will sink to the bottom, which is, it's not going to kill you, but you want it to be staying in place and staying put wherever you are. So nice design, really going to keep you warm, and I really enjoy it. So yeah, while I'm in my hammock, what I'll do is I'll get these shoulder baffles and I'll kind of just pull them inside, and then I'll get my zipper. I really like that the zipper does not snag at all. It stays nice and steady, and the hood, even though the hood is not completely surrounding my head, it still somewhat is. Like, I'm completely engulfed, and I could even vent this and just kind of pull it together as you're getting in to your Outdoor Vitals MummyPod. You want to just kind of get yourself all situated. These are those shoulder baffles I was talking about. So these little guys just kind of tuck in, just like that. Grab your zipper. Look how easy that thing zips up. Now I can seal this completely up to my head, pull those shoulder baffles in, and even if I'm a back sleeper, or say I'm a side sleeper, I'm going to be nice and comfortable inside my hammock on any cold night. Now I am going to open this because it's super, super warm in here. But what I like is that I can vent it. So if I get super hot, I could always vent this system and make it a lot more breathable, making me more comfortable. So kudos to Outdoor Vitals. I really like it. Hopefully you guys can see me okay. Sorry, I was trying to get this thing out in more of a sunlight kind of a situation, but it is what it is. As I said, what I like about that is you have these external baffles right here, or internal baffles, these shoulder baffles right here. They are Velcro, right? So you open those up just like that. And then you have, when this thing is closed, you can seal these around your neck. And that's really going to help increase the overall warmth inside the MummyPod. Now, if you don't really need them, you just kind of want to just use them as just kind of wrap them around your hands and kind of just pull them around you. You could always do that as well. But the way this thing sets up is excellent, and it's super, super warm. Plus the zipper. I mean, no snag. This YKK zipper, this new zipper technology that they have. I mean, look at that. No snag, keeps the fabric away from the zipper at all times, which I really like. Not to mention you get a full length draft collar on either side of the zipper, which is great. So Outdoor Vitals makes really, really great stuff, right? And what they do is they make backpacking gear that's affordable. You know, there's other companies out there that make stuff like this that's not as affordable. You know, it's into the several $100 range. You know, if you're doing like a sleeping bag / hammock, it can easily get up there in price. So Outdoor Vitals has great prices and great deals because they kind of cut out the middleman. It's direct to customer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this thing up as just as a sleeping bag. So I have a little ground sheet here. I'm going to set it up more in the sun so you can really see how this thing sets up. All right, so while this is all set up, just kind of open that up, make it easier on myself. What I would do is I would zip the toe box, also YKK zipper, but this does not have the same kind of YKK zipper as the main zipper, so it does snag a little bit. Not a big deal though. Just take your time, and when you zip it closed, you have a completely square foot box. All right, so as you can see, the toe box, or the foot box rather, is squared off. It does have a very rectangular shape to it, and I still have the straps connected, but those are fine. They're not going to bug anything. It does have a drawstring, so I can make it a little bit more tight if I want to. And there's the actual bag itself. Nice drawstrings around the hood. So I'm going to get in it, and hopefully I don't melt, because that's a hot bag. That's the idea. Sorry, there's a sharp rock under me. I'm just going to get that moved. And we're going to get in it. This thing zips up super quick. Zip this thing up. Get my hood around it, around my head. I do like the shoulder baffles, but I also like the fact that I can vent this. As soon as I find the zipper, here we go. So I can vent this down at the feet if I really want to. So if I get too overheated, I could always open this bag up and vent out my feet if I really need to. But very wide toe box, like I have tons of room in here for my feet. Super comfortable and very, very warm. Now it's kind of warm here on the Central Coast today. It's about 70 almost, so this is obviously burning up. It's overkill for something like today, but for what this is, it's very, very lightweight, and it's really nicely made. So the Outdoor Vitals MummyPod also comes with this nice little compression sack, also Outdoor Vitals branded everywhere. It's all over the place. So on the shell here, it has this little tag that tells you all the goodies, you know. The shell is a Vital Dry DWR coated polyester ripstop 20 denier. So super soft, very silky smooth on the skin. The lining is also a 20D polyester, and the fill is a Storm Loft water resistant IDFL tested 800 fill power down, and it's also responsibly sourced down too, so you know that when you're getting down, you're not getting down from, you know, companies that, you know, mistreat birds or slaughtering birds just to get the down feathers, you know what I mean? So that's great. So the total weight on this is 20.28 ounces. Not bad for a sleeping bag that's rated to 15 degrees. I like that I could use this in my hammock or in my tent, whichever I choose, and very well made. I really like it. When you put it away, everything stuffs away really nice and easy. And then we're going to compress this sucker down, and we're going to see how small we can make it. Bam. It's pretty small, pretty compact. A lot of stuff built into this bad boy right here. Outdoor Vitals makes some good stuff, so definitely want to make sure you check these guys out. So as I said, this is the Outdoor Vitals MummyPod. If you guys have any questions or comments about the MummyPod, please leave those down in my comment section down below, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. So if you want to buy one of these for yourself, I'll leave a link down in my description box down below. Use that link, go ahead and make your purchase. So if you like my review and found it informative, please like, share, and subscribe. It really means a lot when people subscribe to my channel and like what I have to say about the gear that I'm testing. So thanks again for tuning into my latest video. Please keep checking back for more gear reviews, outdoor related hodgepodge, gear talk, and giveaways. Take care, guys. Get outdoors.